The stars stretched endlessly across the dark sky, glittering like tiny jewels in the void, far beyond the small blue planet. A colossal fleet of the Galaxy Empire moved silently, its ships gleaming with alien technology. The Empire had conquered countless worlds, but this one Earth was supposed to be easy, insignificant, a small planet with weak life. Commander Xyler, a tall, armored alien with glowing eyes, looked down at the planet through the fleet's holographic screen. "Humans are primitive," he said confidently, his voice echoing through the command chamber. "There is nothing to fear here." Scouts were sent first. Small, fast ships that could explore the planet without drawing attention. They entered the atmosphere with a quiet hum. Slipping past clouds and storms, they observed cities filled with humans, strange creatures walking on two legs, fragile but active, moving in patterns, building structures, and creating technology that seemed simple to the aliens. At first glance, humans appeared ordinary, weak, and unarmed. Xyler laughed softly. "How amusing. A species so small, yet they live in crowded structures, thinking they are important." His advisors nodded, confident this mission would be trivial. But then strange things began to happen. Small anomalies, tiny incidents that should have been impossible. The first scout ship tried to scan a human settlement, but its instruments failed, flickering and sparking in confusion. Another scout hovered over a human vehicle, expecting it to break easily under alien observation, but the vehicle moved swiftly, avoiding detection as if it understood the alien presence. Commander Xyler frowned, a rare expression of doubt crossing his face. "Check again," he ordered, but the scans returned nothing. Humans seemed ordinary, yet somehow, the Empire could not measure them correctly. On the planet, humans went about their lives, unaware of the enormous ships above them. Children ran in fields, workers built machines, and leaders made decisions. They seemed fragile. Yet, each human acted with a quiet confidence that confused the alien scouts. Suddenly, a small group of humans reacted to a minor disturbance, a fallen tree in the forest. Without panic, they worked together quickly, moving it aside and repairing what was broken. Their efficiency and cooperation were almost mechanical, but it was clearly natural. The aliens had never seen anything like it. Back on the fleet, the Empire's commanders gathered round the screen, observing humans through advanced sensors. "This species, they are unpredictable," one muttered, almost nervously. Xyler's confidence wavered. They should not be able to do this. A storm began to form above the human cities, a violent, unpredictable storm that should have caused chaos. The aliens prepared to intervene, expecting to find humans weak and panicked. But to their shock, humans adapted, guiding their vehicles safely through floods and wind, protecting each other with careful strategy. Xyler's advisors whispered nervously, "Commander, they are different." A tension filled the command chamber, something the Galaxy Empire rarely experienced. Fear and curiosity mixed, for the humans were not just survivors, they were clever, resilient, and strange in ways the aliens could not understand. As the scout ships returned with data, Xyler stared at the screen, realizing this mission might not be as simple as he thought. A small human signal reached the fleet, a pulse of energy that seemed to respond to alien technology, flickering and bending it in ways that should have been impossible. The commander's voice was calm but firm, hiding a trace of unease. "Prepare for direct observation," he said. But even he could not hide the tension in his glowing eyes. The aliens had come to study a weak species, but the humans were already showing signs that they were far from ordinary. And so, as the Galaxy Empire's fleet hovered silently above the planet, Earth remained calm, unaware of the enormous eyes watching them. Yet, the first sparks of fear had begun to flicker in the hearts of the Empire. The humans' true power was still hidden, but the aliens would soon discover that this small, blue planet was far more dangerous than anyone had imagined. The Galaxy Empire had never seen a species like humans before. Their ships hovered quietly above the largest cities, scanning, observing, waiting for the right moment to act. Commander Xyler ordered the elite observation team to descend closer. Their sleek, silver ships moved silently through the clouds, nearly invisible to the humans below. The humans continued their daily routines, unaware of the enormous fleet above them. Yet, a few noticed strange lights in the sky, whispering in confusion, pointing fingers, and capturing glimpses with small devices. Their curiosity was innocent, but it drew the attention of the alien scouts. The first human-alien interaction occurred when scouts attempted to land near a city. Xyler expected panic, chaos, and fear, but instead, humans gathered calmly, watching the descending ships with steady eyes. No screams, no running, only quiet observation and cautious curiosity. One human, a young woman named Lyra, stepped forward boldly, holding a small device that emitted light. The alien scouts paused, confused by her confidence. They expected submission, but she simply raised her device and touched the ground, and a faint energy pulse spread outward, gently interfering with their senses. The fleet was silent for a moment, astonished. The alien advisors whispered nervously, "Commander, they are resisting without violence." Xyla's jaw tightened. "Resisting? No, they are simply different," he said, staring at the strange energy ripple, which seemed to bend their technology in ways impossible to explain. Humans began to gather more boldly, forming patterns, moving as if guided by instinct, yet their actions were clearly strategic. Every small movement countered alien technology. Avoiding detection and interference, the aliens tried to project authority, sending messages through advanced translators, but the humans responded with calm gestures, ignoring threats. A small scout ship moved closer to analyze the humans, expecting to easily capture them for study. But the humans anticipated the move, using their environment cleverly, guiding the ship away from populated areas with unexpected precision. The scout malfunctioned slightly, and the aliens realized they were not in control. Back on the fleet, tension grew. Xyla watched the screens with growing unease. These humans, they think differently, act differently. They are unpredictable. His advisors nodded, fear creeping into their normally confident voices. The Galaxy Empire had faced countless species, but none had ever behaved with such calm intelligence. A loud pulse echoed from the human's device, a signal that interacted with the alien sensors in a strange, unfamiliar way. The scouts tried to adjust, but the humans had already adapted, creating patterns that made the alien technology falter. Even briefly, Xyla frowned, his glowing eyes narrowing. "They are clever, too clever," he said quietly, almost to himself. The humans were showing the first signs of what would become a true challenge. Their ability to adapt, strategize, and work together without fear was unlike anything the Empire had ever encountered. As night fell on Earth, the humans returned to their homes, but a few kept watch, sensing something unusual. The aliens, now more cautious, hovered silently, unsure how to proceed. Xyla issued orders to study humans more carefully, to understand their strange intelligence. But even he felt a growing respect, mixed with fear. The first encounter had ended without bloodshed, yet it had changed everything. The Galaxy Empire realized that humans were not just another primitive species to conquer. They were clever, resilient, and potentially dangerous, a truth that would soon become impossible to ignore. And so, the night sky remained quiet, but the seeds of suspense had been planted. The humans had revealed just enough to shock the aliens, but their true power remained hidden, waiting to be discovered. The Empire's curiosity had turned into concern, and the next encounter promised to be far more intense. The humans had surprised the Galaxy Empire once, but the aliens were not ready to admit defeat. Commander Xyla ordered a closer study, sending specialized scout teams equipped with the most advanced alien technology. Their mission was clear: observe, capture, and understand the humans' abilities. The scouts moved silently over forests, cities, and rivers, careful to avoid being noticed. Yet the humans seemed to sense them, not through technology, but through instinct. Small gestures and actions that hinted at awareness far beyond expectation. In one small town, a group of humans worked together to repair a broken machine. Their hands moved quickly, adjusting parts, connecting wires, and stabilizing energy flows in ways the aliens could barely comprehend. One scout tried to interfere, projecting a magnetic field to disrupt their work. But the humans adapted instantly, rerouting energy and completing the task flawlessly. Xyla watched through the fleet's sensors, a rare frown crossing his face. "Impossible," he whispered. "They are bending physics to their will." His advisors murmured among themselves, shocked. "They are extraordinary," one said, unable to hide fear. The humans did not stop there. They seemed to understand alien movements before they happened, predicting the scouts' attempts to monitor them. They set simple traps using the environment, fallen logs, water currents, even animals. Yet each action was perfectly calculated, avoiding harm to themselves while frustrating the aliens. The young pilot felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. but he was not afraid. He knew humanity's spirit was stronger than any weapon. Every human alive had the same goal: survival, defiance, and victory. The Council had underestimated humans, and that mistake could cost them dearly. Alien ships tried to regroup, but humans adapted faster than expected. They set traps, created false signals, and turned the Council's strength against them. The small victories of humans sent ripples of panic through alien command. The mighty Council realized that defeating humanity would not be easy. On the ground, news of the victories inspired hope. People no longer laughed or mocked. They cheered, supported, and prepared for the battles to come. Humanity had shown that courage, intelligence, and unity could challenge even the greatest threats. Captain Reed's team returned from the mission, battered but triumphant, carrying critical information about the alien flagship. They knew this knowledge could turn the next battle in humanity's favor, but they also knew the fight was far from over. The real war had only just begun. As night fell, Earth's skies were filled with alien ships again, but humans were ready. Fighter jets, satellites, and ground defenses were positioned with new strategies. Humanity had struck back, proving they were not afraid. Their laughter had returned, not in mockery, but in defiance. The galaxy was watching, and for the first time, it realized that humanity was not weak. Humans could fight, humans could adapt, and humans could win. The battle had begun, but humanity's spirit shone brighter than any weapon, and the Council's confidence began to waver. The galaxy was vast, but even powerful alliances had secrets. Captain Jason Reed and his team studied the alien fleet from orbit. Noticing unusual patterns, some ships moved independently, almost as if they were not following orders. Dr. Alina Moore discovered something shocking in the alien signals. Not all members of the Galactic Council wanted war. Some were hesitant, some were questioning the mission. This was a chance humanity could not miss. The Council's power was great, but internal conflict could be exploited. Humans had to act carefully, using courage and strategy. Captain Reed led a small team on a reconnaissance mission, sneaking past patrols to observe the alien command center. They witnessed officers arguing, divisions appearing in the fleet. Humans had never expected to see weakness in the enemy. On Earth, Dr. Moore worked day and night, decoding more messages. She realized the Council was not united. Some factions could even be persuaded to stop fighting. Humanity had a rare advantage, knowledge the aliens would never admit. Reed shared the findings with Global Command, and new strategies were planned, targeting the Council's weakest points. Meanwhile, human engineers developed special ships capable of small, precise attacks. Using speed, stealth, and intelligence, they could hit alien supply lines, communications, and isolated ships. Human ingenuity was turning the tide, showing that courage and brains could overcome brute strength. Captain Reed and his squad launched daring missions, avoiding the main fleet and hitting key targets. The aliens were confused, their internal disagreements slowing their response. Humanity was not just fighting for survival, they were reshaping the battlefield. Every mission carried risks, but each success built confidence. As they prepared for a major strike at the alien flagship, humans discovered that one faction of the Council was willing to communicate. An alien officer secretly offered guidance, sharing weaknesses and tactics. Humans had never imagined such an opportunity, but they seized it without hesitation. This alliance would be small, fragile, but powerful enough to make a difference. Back on Earth, citizens watched the news in amazement. Humans were no longer defenseless. They were clever, brave, and capable of turning enemies into allies. The morale of Earth rose, and every victory, no matter how small, inspired hope. Captain Reed's team infiltrated the edge of the alien flagship's defenses. Carefully avoiding detection, they observed the alien command, learning the layout, the power systems, and the fleet's next movements. The information was vital, and every detail counted. Humanity's next move depended on this intelligence. As night fell across the planet, Earth's skies were filled with alien ships, but the humans were ready. They knew the Council was divided, and that weakness could be exploited. Captain Reed prepared for a daring strike, one that could change the course of the war. Humans had discovered a secret the Council had hoped would remain hidden, and they would use it to their advantage. The galaxy was watching as humans acted boldly, turning knowledge into power. Humanity had learned that courage was not enough. Strategy, intelligence, and unity were the true weapons. The Council had underestimated humans once again. And now the real battle for the heart of the conflict was about to begin. The final battle had begun. The alien flagship loomed over Earth, massive and glowing, casting shadows across oceans and cities. Captain Jason Reed and his team prepared for their most daring mission yet. Their goal was clear: strike at the heart of the Galactic Council and end the war. Dr. Lena Moore worked feverishly, sending final intelligence reports. She had discovered the core systems of the alien fleet, the weak points, and the critical communications channels. Every detail mattered, every second counted. Humanity's survival depended on precision, courage, and unity. The human fleet launched, small ships weaving through alien defenses. Fighter jets dodged lasers, missiles streaked across the sky, and stealth ships infiltrated the alien flagship. Humans moved with determination. Their strategy was bold and unpredictable. Just like their spirit, Captain Reed led the charge, his fighter weaving through enemy fire. He aimed for the flagship's core, dodging explosions and debris. Every move was risky, but there was no choice. Humanity had to act. The alien officers were surprised. Some panicked, their internal divisions slowing their response. Dr. Moore coordinated from orbit, guiding pilots and ships through the chaos. Humanity's technology, combined with intelligence from the Council's dissenters, allowed them to strike where it hurt the most. Alien ships began to falter, communications jammed, systems failing. The mighty Council could not recover quickly enough. On Earth, people watched the skies, hearts pounding. Cities trembled as alien ships exploded or retreated. But humans held fast, defending their home with courage and ingenuity. Ordinary citizens cheered, supported rescue efforts, and helped maintain order. Every human on Earth felt the pride of defiance. Captain Reed's team finally reached the core of the flagship, planting charges that would destroy the command systems. The countdown began, tension filling every second. The aliens tried desperately to stop them, but humans moved faster, smarter, and braver. The flagship erupted in a massive explosion, a brilliant light, visible even from Earth. Alien forces scattered, some retreating, some surrendering. Humanity had won this battle. The Galactic Council had underestimated human courage, ingenuity, and unity, and it had cost them dearly. As the smoke cleared, humans celebrated cautiously. Earth was battered but still standing. Humanity had laughed in defiance and survived. The victory was theirs, not because of superior power, but because humans never gave up, never feared, and never surrendered. Captain Reed looked at the stars, thinking of what lay ahead. The galaxy was vast, full of unknown dangers, but humanity had proven itself capable of facing any challenge. Dr. Moore smiled, knowing that this was only the beginning. Humans had the heart, the courage, and the intelligence to survive whatever came next. The Council had declared war, expecting fear and submission, but humanity had responded with laughter, defiance, and action. They had fought not just for survival, but for their freedom. Their victory was a message to the galaxy. Humans may be underestimated, but they can never be controlled. The war had ended, but the story of humanity's courage would continue. A new era had begun, one where humans had shown that spirit, bravery, and unity could defy the odds. The galaxy would remember, humanity had laughed at war, and in that laughter, they had won.